Hi, today's video is about inspiration being a choice rather than a chance. Now, what do I mean by that? I don't mean that you can just say, well, I choose to be inspired and you will be inspired. What I really mean is I think a lot of people see inspiration as a very capricious thing. You know, maybe if you're lucky you get inspired, you maybe get a few ideas, but most of us don't get that inspired, we don't get brilliant ideas. So it's the idea that we can't be in charge of inspiration, and I don't think we can. So I think one of the kind of opposites of inspiration is to try to control everything. So we certainly cannot control inspiration. The way I tend to think of it as what we can do is we can put the welcome mat out for inspiration. We can choose to create the circumstances that will invite inspiration to come visit, if you like. Or I think the way I tend to think about it is inspiration is constantly available to us, but what we can do is align ourselves with it, because we can't make it come to us, I think, but what we can do is open ourselves up to it, because I think inspiration is always available. So how do we do that? Here's just a few thoughts that I coach people on and I practice myself in order to keep a regular sense of inspiration going. So, you know, one thing I do is I know what my wells of inspiration are. I know the kind of things that inspire me. So what I do is I spend time investing in my own inspiration, doing the things that inspire me and visiting those wells of inspiration. I'm also on the lookout for new wells of inspiration, new things to inspire me. But perhaps one of the most important things to align ourselves with inspiration is simply to follow through on our inspired ideas, to take action, to implement, to get going. Because I think what often happens is we think inspiration is the ideas, but often what happens is as we get into action, as we get into flow, then also the ideas come to us. So I think one of the most important things, and one of my little expressions I love, is inspiration does exist, but it has to find us working. It's like we're often sitting there waiting for inspiration, when actually inspiration is there waiting for us to get into motion. So one of the ways that we really open ourselves and choose inspiration is to be in motion, is to you know, tune into stillness as well. I love stillness, and I think it's really important, and get into engagement, get into flow, get into implementation. So I hope that's been useful to think about choosing to set up your life to welcome inspiration rather than just waiting for it to happen by chance.